Okay, hey guys, this is from Game Kid here. Basically, he asked for a difference between the Thousand Week Reich and the New Order. These are very similar mods. They're not the same mod. They don't take in the same universe. But here's some differences for some people that are confused about what's their differences and how they're different. So we're just going to start off with the New Order. Okay, so in the New Order's timeline, let me make sure if I'm on. Germany basically won with the Axis powers, which is a very, in a very unrealistic way. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's just kind of very weird how they won by totally dominating over them, beating every single allied nation basically, and puppeting most of them, such as France and Britain, and making Reichskommissariats across Russia, and also turning Russia into a bunch of warlord states fighting over for power, and also basically. Also, Evil Mustache Man is also on the brink of death, just like the Thousand Week Reich, so that's something that they have in similar. They're both their Hitlers are dying slowly over different, probably like most of them are dying over disease or their old age. So here's some other differences from the New Order is that Italy and Germany, after a disagreement during the 1950s, they have Italy basically broke off from the Axis, making their own faction with their puppets and stuff, and having a Cold War-esque relationship with each other by the start of the 1960s. And number two is that Japan basically beat America in 1945 after they made a nuclear bomb and dropped it on Hawaii in 1945, basically making. And also Japan, after they beat America, they basically took over San Francisco, making the city a puppet state. Number three is that, I've said this before, but the Russia, or known as the Soviet Union back then, was, by Germany, they took a few parts of the Reich Commissariats, turning them into German puppet states, but then they left most of the other parts of Russia to either become warlord states or fall into chaos. And number four is that many leaders that were former part of the Allies joined the Axis and helped Germany after the end of World War II, after Germany won. So that's basically it for the New Order. Thousand Week Reich. The Thousand Week Reich's timeline has a very more realistic victory for Germany in World War II. So basically in 1940, after the Battle of Dunkirk, Germany actually managed to encircle the British, unlike in our timeline where the British managed to get out with their with the soldiers and stuff, with like the boats, and managed to. And after Germany made most of the soldiers that were at Dunkirk, basically either captured them or killed them, Britain lost all hope and actually managed to surrender to Britain. It was a very, very sad thing for the British in that timeline. But unlike in our timeline, because it was a very early part of the war in 1940. Germany doesn't really puppet Britain at all, or makes it collapse. But Germany is really only the real one to win, with only Italy as well being the only real winner. But because Japan in this timeline, unlike in the New Order, actually lost to America, and after America defeated it back in 1946, made it a puppet state. Also, unlike the New Order, where it takes place in 1962. Thousand Week Reich takes place 5 years before the New Order in 1952. So here's some differences. Major differences is that America defeats Japan. Germany and Italy are still allies, unlike the New Order, and they're probably the only winners. The Soviet Union is broken into warlord states, but there's only a few. But compared to the New Order, the warlord states in the Thousand Week Reich, compared to Russia, the Russian warlord states amounts in the New Order, it's very small. Thousand Week Reich has only a few warlord states, meanwhile the New Order has like bajillions. So yeah. So they are very close from both asking the question, what if Germany won the Second World War? But the New Order asked if the Axis as a whole won World War II, but the Thousand Week Reich asked if Germany won World War II. And Italy, I guess, but still, it's just the last question. And those are the differences, and thanks for watching.